if you watch the highlights on the NBC broadcast, I know you always watch the opposing team's broadcast, but watching the highlights, it was nothing but Drummond and Dragic. And, I mean, it was just a little bit of Javonte Green power hour mixed into there. But Dragic, man, off the bench, 13 points in 16 minutes, had 5 assists, 2 rebounds. He was a plus 19, led the team. Absolutely amazing. Another showing from the bench that win us this game. Seriously, because that third quarter steroid kick the Pacers got almost took us out. And the bench unit came in again featuring Zach LaVine, who we'll get into in a little bit.
I find it rather curious that when the shit's hitting the fan, Billy calls on Javonte and Caruso, and then you had Drummond, Dragic, and LaVine out there. But your two dogs are on the floor when the tough gets going. And despite Pat having a pretty assertive good game, we didn't see too much of him to close again. He started the game. He started the second half.
That was it.
But to close, we didn't really see much.
Yeah, we got a message here from Greg. He said, how did P-Will look? Box score, not terrible. And you know what? Besides like the first shot of the game that he took when he kind of had that little breakaway and then he got fouled, like he didn't really get fouled, but he threw the ball behind his head. It didn't really work out well for him. That was the only bad part of his game, really. Again, no rebounds in 15 minutes. That's just fucking terrible. But 15 minutes, 4 for 5 from the field, 2 for 2 from downtown, 10 points for Patrick Williams tonight, 2 assists, 2 steals. Yeah, he looked the best that he has so far this season. This is a season high in points for him. He lost minutes again. In his best performance of the season, he lost minutes to Javonte Green. And I don't really know what else to say.
Maybe it was just me. Pat looked a little gassed. In that third, when the Pacers were making that run, Pat looked a little gassed. He had a couple of questionable possessions on both ends. I don't know if getting a little bit more run after, being standstill Pat, as our boy CBE Fred likes to call him. Pat having to run tonight.
That one's good.
No, that one is pretty good. But Pat looked a little gassed. That would be the only negative I have to say about Pat tonight, because other than that, the game he played was definitely a lot more appealing and effective, and he contributed tonight. It didn't feel like he was out of place. Still don't know that he should be being gifted these starts, and I guess, the classic phrase is it's not who starts but who finishes, and right now we're not seeing Pat finish. So I don't know what message that's sending to the young man at the same time, because I trust you to start when we have the guys behind you that can make up for the mistakes, because we've got another, 36 minutes to play. But to close the game, Pat doesn't seem to have Billy's trust, and I wonder how that works itself out to finish, out the season. When
I think it comes down to play style, Goose. It just comes down to play style. If you have Javonte, or I know this sounds weird, because like I never fall in love with players that are ended. Like I was not a David Nwaba guy. Like everybody loved David Nwaba. By everybody, I mean the people that think they know everything. Like David Nwaba a lot. Like I don't really get it. Like, but Javonte, he literally just breaks everything up. And that's the thing about him. Like if it's offense, it does not matter. He finds a way to be effective. Like 2 of his field goals out of his 4 tonight were like coming through for putbacks. Like, you know what I mean? And then he had that nasty oop from Dragic. The guy is just everywhere.
The one that he dropped from Zach was going to be even better than the one from Dragic.
Yeah, but that Dragic one, he got up.
No,
there.
the timing on that Dragic one.
He got
all
up there
tonight watching the Dragon dish out these dimes and find the runners and these little drop offs. Like, he's a fucking magician. I mean, he's old man gaming his way through. Obviously, the Pacers are playing a bunch of young guys who've never seen these moves, so it was easier to pull them off. But he is playing at his pace, and as a backup point guard for this team, him and Drummond are looking like massive steals.
Well, dude, no, it's been so fun. I was just about to say that. Like Drummond tonight, Goose, 17 minutes, 4 for 8 from the field, 50%. Okay, so I mean he's at 46% for the season so far. He's going to get that up to his career average. I mean, he doesn't take a lot of long shots. He's going to get that up. But 50% from the field tonight, 8 points, 13 rebounds, an assist, and a steal in 17 minutes. plus 16. Fun fact, he was second on the team, tied for third on the team in the best plus minus tonight at plus 16. Only one starter tonight finished plus in the plus minus. Can you guess who that was?
Zach LaVine?
Yes, it was. Zach LaVine at plus 12.
No,
I mean, this bench unit featuring Zach's been great.
No, I mean, and Zach got to play off ball most of the night, too. He didn't have to overwork on the offensive end. He kind of got to use the gravity of his other teammates and pick his spots off the ball. And he got to the line a good amount of times as well. So Zach played a really smart game, didn't have to overplay, still kind of working back from this injury. And to see him so quietly have, did he end up breaking 30 or did he finish with 28?
28. So he had 28 on 13 shots in 35 minutes. He went 10 for 12 from the free throw line. He was 6 for 8 from downtown. So every shot he hit was a 3 tonight. For Zach, the problem I have with Zach right now and what concerns me is this is a typical max contract Zach LaVine line, right? Except the volume of shots to get to the points. My issue right now is not the stat line, it's watching him. And what I mean by that is, man, I don't see the lift. I don't see the explosiveness off the dribble. I'm a little nervous that something's not 100% right. I know he scored a lot tonight, and I'm happy about that. But he doesn't look like end of 2020, 2021 or beginning of 2021, 2022 Zach. To me.
Yeah, no, I mean, I can see what you're saying. The first,
and I'm not mad at him. He's still being effective.
The first game back, he looked like he had fresh legs, and we saw a really good game from him out the gate. 2 in between, a little kind of shaky. And tonight, he had the numbers, but I know what you mean. I felt like he was looking for a call a little bit too much on the drive when he really just didn't quite have the looks on the drive that he needed, and he got plenty of calls. But then there was that moment in the third where he thought he was on a heater and he took that kind of cutesy fader that kind of had me a little salty too.
The air ball?
No, it wasn't the air ball. I think that one was a little bit more shot clock forced, but he just took a cutesy fader after hitting that really long logo.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Okay.
I'm with you. It was forced. It was unnecessary, and it was kind of the start of the Pacers' run there because the momentum swung. They're like, oh, they're not taking us serious anymore. Let's go. And obviously you can get a little cute, but that's not really the look that I want from Zach when you're trying to come back and get back to form. But overall, you can't complain with the efficiency of the game tonight. Obviously, if he's going to hit that many threes, I'm not too worried.